The Riddle of the Earth, Chapter 9. The Mission of a Comet. The study of nature's laws teaches us that nothing is lost, nothing finally is wasted, and yet, so far as our finite minds can discriminate, everything has its appointed ultimate conclusions. Leaving aside such transient features as nations and civilizations, our world, venerable and immortal as it might seem, is yet a satellite of the sun, as that sun is of other suns, until at length there arrives that inner glory of all, around whom the host of heaven humbly and eternally revolves. In this vast and awe-inspiring system of the universe, worlds come and go, play their parts and collapse, as suns in time must do, as perhaps Bickerton's theory explains, in a collision of suns like the great nucleus in Orion. Meanwhile, it is to be supposed that a dead sun or a dead planet falls through infinite space forever and forever. On the contrary, while we can only judge by our own solar system, we can see that such is not the case. As a comet contains the spectra of all the gases known on Earth, and as we trace a comet from a meteor, and meteors are proved to contain the rocks and minerals we possess on the Earth, so we are justified in believing, with the ancients, that a comet is a world belonging to another system, that it is in a state of rapid disintegration, and that every particle of it is used in due course, nucleus and tail, for the replenishment of the sun and the planets. What then is its final mission once it enters our solar system and presumably any other? It is drawn directly towards the sun, and as examination proves, it leaves a proportion, more or less, of its substance, attracted thereby into that majestic body. Sometimes it is more, sometimes less. Yet whether more or less, the meteor streams in due course appear to gather the residue and to act as gigantic and continuous feeders to the sun. I suggest the conclusion to be drawn from the alleged orbit of Halley's, Biela's, Encke's, and other comets is that, first of all, within definite periods of time, by some act beyond human ken, a comet is attracted into our system, and that once within it, the final chapter in its history is to feed the sun and the planets. Its first perihelion contact may be distant or close. At the former, it joins Hay, the apparent motion of a swift of 8.534 years, or a Fae of 7.566 years, or a Darest of 6.69 years, a Temple 6.507, or a Finley 6.627, and so on through the gamut of apparent motions from 8.5 years or more down to 3 1/3. It will reappear after perihelion as it vanishes from the observation of astronomers until the law of gravity stops its decline and brings it back with reawakened activity into the orbit of motion to which its then weight entitles it. It may be then given a new name, ascribed a short time tits wit, and proceed to a new phase. I don't get that one. A short time TIT-WT. I'm confused on that one. Check your spelling before you publish things, people. If after a second contact with the sun it survives sufficiently to preserve its individuality, it may join the Encke category. Sooner or later, however, it must contribute what residue it has preserved to some or other of the meteor streams which follow along a procession, as the ancient termed it, of the holy ones, and these appear steadily to nourish the sun.